Dr. Eliasov has been competing in the sport of MMA for over a decade. A psychiatrist with a special interest in neurotrauma, she spends her days administering to her patients in the city of Johannesburg. At night, when the pressure of her demanding job subsides, she slips away and dons a new suit of clothing. Then she enters a vastly different world, a world organized by physical prowess and strength, one ordered by the ability to dominate others, a place where there is no space for the weak. Team CIT in Pretoria is known as the toughest fight team on the African continent. Eliasov thrives here. She is the only woman on the professional fight team. And on March 10th, she makes a bid to become the first EFC Women's Strawweight Champion of the world.
Tell me, why do you like fighting? What is it about fighting that you enjoy?
I think it's the challenge.
How did you find a way to fit in?
Well, I don't think I fit in. I don't think I try too hard to fit in because I'm not a male, I'm a female.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official weigh-in for EFC 56.
It was hard, I would say. Even EFC themselves, Graham had actually point blank refused to let me fight. Since EFC won, I remember specifically at the after party asking Graham if I could fight and him saying no. And I think every single EFC since, until I was signed, I was asking him and he was saying no.
The reason I was so reluctant to open up a women's division was because there was no landscape for these ladies. Their divisions weren't built up. The weight classes were all over the place. You had some people in feather, you had some in bantam. It took a long time for us to decide what division we were going to open and who those stars were going to be in that division.
On December 9th, 2016, Eliasov entered the hexagon for the third time to face her third international opponent. Coming off of a hard-fought, 3-round loss, she would not give an inch when the fight began.
I had a bit of a hard camp with that fight. I dislocated my collarbone, I had a broken foot at one point, so it was a bit of a disaster. So for me to actually make it to the fight in one piece was a big deal for me. She was hitting me and I kind of stupidly decided it wasn't sore. So she cut my face open. Apparently I went to the corner and said, "Have I won the round?" and my whole back skull was sticking out. It was quite an up and down fight. Took her down in the end. She ended up having my back. I escaped, reversed it, got on top, got mount, and then threw some ground and pound. I came out for the third round and she threw in the towel, she wouldn't come out.
Of mixed martial arts, the standard philosophy is that gender, race, or creed does not matter, that it is only ability, willingness to learn, and heart that secures a place on the mats. This is true, but not wholly so, because that message of equality is written by the strongest. The reality of a woman's place in a fight team is this: she is always the underdog, never the alpha. When the men rest, she continues to prepare, because her battle is greater. She fights for legitimacy first, and only then for victory. 12,000 kilometers away in the northern hemisphere, 22-year-old Kiara Penco is preparing also. Like Eliasov, she navigates a world in which her place as a woman has been carved by her own two hands. At just 2-0 as a professional, her searing talent has acted as a signal flare, grabbing the attention of the EFC organization, securing her a spot at the top of the strawweight division, a shot at the title, and a fight against an athlete who has breathed the sport for years beyond her own.
Can you describe your first fight?
My first fight, professional, yes. I fighted in the Golden Cage, the highest level of Italian MMA. I win in the first round by submission, armbar.
It's Saturday morning at Rindoki Dojo, the home of multiple kickboxing, K1 and shootboxing world champion and coach, Massimo Rizzoli. Today, Penco is scheduled for a conditioning session, ensuring that she is perfectly prepared to go a potential 5 championship rounds. Penco has structured every aspect of her life to feed directly into her training. During the morning, she works as a barista in the city, using her earnings to supplement her still growing prize money. In the afternoons and evenings, she practices the craft of fighting under Rizzoli's tutelage. To stand toe-to-toe with Eliasov, Penco has to chase perfection. Her goal is to teach her body to understand pressure, stress, and suffering. To be at peace when her discomfort is greatest. So that her mind remains clear when the fight is at its most intense. The city of Livorno is a traditional community defined by traditional values. Here, Penco finds herself at odds with the past. Her family suffered discontent throughout her childhood years. Her parents have since divorced, an anomaly against tradition. Penco, against the norm that asks that women stay at home until married, has taken the decision to live on her own, and more so, to pursue a career as a fighter. She is a black sheep, a maverick, a trailblazer, and a pioneer. In this, she shares much with her opponent.
You and Gareth goes. You end up in that cage. You mad.
As the wheels of change turn, set in motion by sporting pioneers, one truth exists above all others. A fight team is a family. In the dogged daily ritual of hard training, of shared injury, of pain passed from body to body, a bond is formed that unites. It is said that a fighter's teammates are crucial because it is them that must lift the athlete to the level of their opponent. Only by walking through the fire does one become hardened. And mixed martial arts is a sport reserved exclusively for the brave.
How important is this opportunity for you to win?
It's it's the opportunity of my life.
Eliasov and Penco are athletes drawn in opposite. One cresting the pinnacle of a generation, now passing away from active competition, who has fought all her adult life for the right to fight, and the other just beginning to test the combat waters. For both, the belt is a shining beacon. For Eliasov, a symbol of battles fought, a journey validated. For Penco, a foundation for battles to come. On March 10th, Eliasov and Penco will meet, bringing with them the pride of all they stand for, tested in one crucial moment. History will be written.